what would you say to anyone? Do you have any, like, let's say, steps or just some nuggets that you can share if there's someone out there that's listening, that's trying to achieve a goal? What are some of your steps to achieving goals?
Well, if we look at where we are today, because things have changed dramatically from when you read Live Your Dreams in 1992. I've just completed my new book called You Gotta Be Hungry.
Oh, awesome.
Yes, you gotta be hungry, unleash your greatness. And so when you said that today, I just cracked up. I said, oh my God, that means I'm on the right path. So the key to it today is the kind of platform that you've established, mindset transformation. Mm-hmm. As a man thinketh, so is he. As he continues to think, so he remains. Dr. Carter G. Woodson said, if you can determine what a man shall think, you never have to concern yourself with what he will do. He said, if you can make a man feel inferior, you never have to compel him to seek an inferior status, for he will seek it himself. And if you can make a man feel justly an outcast, you never have to order him to go to the back door. He'll go without being told. And if there's no door, his very nature will demand one. And so mindset transformation, it's an ongoing process. The next thing that's very important is to upgrade your skill set. And that this is the era of the 3 C's: accelerated change, overwhelming complexity, and tremendous competition. So you want to find at least 3 areas that you master, that you do that extremely well. I train speakers how to tell their story. And so I can teach them how to become a global voice. And in addition to speaking and training speakers, I also know how to tell a story. I know how to present with power. I know how to speak with my power voice. I've got a training coming up in December called Discover Your Power Voice and Master Your Cash Flow. So by my speaking and my training speakers, and the next thing that I'm able to do, I can sell a product. I can sell a concept. I used to be a salesperson for Sears. And so through my skills as a speaker, as a trainer of speakers, and as a person who can sell presentation power to make a point, to bring out the best in people, or to sell a product. Those are 3 areas that allows me to control my personal economy. So the average person, if they are serious about learning how to control their destiny and controlling their own personal economy, they have to be engaged in continuous, ongoing processes to upgrade their knowledge and their skills. Knowledge is the new currency. Mm-hmm. We're going toward a time that's called the end of work, that because of technology, over 20,000 jobs, according to the Department of Labor, being lost every day. So we're going toward a time where the majority of that jobs will be done by artificial intelligence or robots, and that's not too far away. So the key is that as you look at yourself, look at your goals and dreams, work on your mindset continuously, which will give you the courage and the mental resiliency to weather the stormy times that we're going to go through in life invariably. Continuously expand your skill set. Robert Schuller said, you either expand or you are expendable. Right. And create a community of collaborative, achievement-driven, supportive relationships. By doing that, collaborative, achievement-driven, supportive relationships, whatever goals that you have, you can reach a minimum of 87% of those goals by transforming your mindset, increasing your skill set, and having a team of collaborative, achievement-driven, supportive relationships.
Wow, that's really good. That's really good. So you're spending most of your time, is that what I'm hearing you say? You're teaching other people how to grow their platforms?
I train people who are serious. I don't work with everybody. I'm not interested. I'm 74, so with the time that I have left, I want to work with people that are hungry.
Hungry. There's so much more we could talk about. I just want you to know that I'm privileged to know you. I feel like over the years, you were part of my core in terms of personal development and growing. You gave me hope. And I think part of that hope came, truthfully, is I was held back in the 1st grade. By the 4th grade, I realized I couldn't read very well, and they would take me out of social studies class, and they would take me upstairs to this other room with 3 other students, and I sat in extra small tables, extra small chairs, and they would have me read cartoon books and then take a comprehension test at the end. So I locked on the belief that I'm not a reader. Maybe some people are born to read and some people aren't. And I watched my older brother who read all the time. And then I didn't read until I was a junior in high school. And it was around that time that I came across you. And I remember listening to that old speech you gave, which was awesome. I have the whole speech written in a journal, by the way. But you said in there that the average American reads 1 book a year. And I remember hearing that and thinking, no, as Jim Rohn said, all leaders are readers. And I think you actually said that once too.
Yes, right. And yes, 1 book a year. And it said in there, said that if you discipline yourself to read 1 book a month, in 5 years, when the average American read 5 books and you'd have read 60 books, that will make you an expert.
Wow. Wow, what a great reminder for people.
Yes, absolutely. Knowledge is the new currency, and your ability to present and relationship capital. Quality people. I teach OQP, only quality people. Many people, TJ, never achieve their goals because they have too many toxic, negative, energy-draining people in their lives. Now, some people say, well, can I change them? No, it's a full-time job changing yourself. And I believe that you have to really focus on yourself. There's a quote by Iyanla Vanzant that I love, and I'm practicing. And it says, give to yourself until your cup runneth over, and then give to others from the overflow. I tried to help my twin brother lose weight, and I gained 14 pounds.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's real too, man. If you know someone who's hungry, who's serious, who has a passion for changing lives, and who feel that changing lives is a calling on their life. As I said, the speaking industry has been hijacked by speakers who speak to sell.
Yeah.
I want speakers who want to make a difference in life, that they feel that this is what I'm supposed to do. I believe I was born to speak. I talk in my sleep. So I'm looking for the one. I'd like to have 70 because 7 is my lucky number. 77. I was born February 17th. I'm one of 7 children. Joshua marched around the walls of Jericho 7 times. I tell you, 7 is my lucky number, my brother. All right? I'm looking for 77 people who will email me who are hungry and say, Les, I'm the one. I'm the one. And I'd like for them, before they call me, to go on YouTube and watch Les Brown speaking in the Georgia Dome. Les Brown speaking in the Georgia Dome, where I was speaking to over 80,000 people.
I said, because I'm educable mentally retarded. And he came from behind his desk and he looked at me. He said, don't ever say that again. Someone's opinion of you does not have to become your reality. And that man, Mr. Leroy Washington, did something for me. He started planting seeds in my mind.
And I tell the story about, I said to Mr. Washington, sir, I'm the one. I'm the one. When he said he's looking for one student that he has impacted that will make the fact that he came to Booker T. Washington High School worthwhile. One who wanted to go out and make the community proud, make their family proud. And I said, sir, I want to make my mother proud. And that was what motivated me to get into this area. He was a speech and drama teacher who helped me to discover my voice.
One of the things about you, Les, is that your life is such an example of what's possible. I mean, everybody, I want you just picturing this about this beautiful man. I want you, he's born, his mother ends up giving him to adoption to Mamie, he and his brother. They live in these conditions. He's 10 years old. His mother has to go away for a while. He's got to support the family. He's had all these incidents he's had to observe up close. There are other ones with his mother when she's cleaning houses and this woman claps her hands because she's got to know when her mother's in her room because she's going to steal something, which his mother would never do. This man goes on to influence millions, I mean, literally millions of people's lives. And then this is what's great about all of us making our dreams come true. When you make your dreams come true, the dreams of other people and dreams you can't picture also come true, because then he influences this goofy dude, me, 20-something years old, working at an orphanage, and it inspires me to change my life. So it's just, your life is such an example. And what's interesting to me, Les, is it was mainly tied to mom, meaning you wanted to do something great for your mother all your life. And that was bigger, I think, than any obstacle that got in your way. I'd like you to share this with people, because I think most people don't understand the power of having something big you're going after that means more to you than the pain you're going to have to go through in order to get it. I don't think enough people set huge, big goals that are from the heart. Don't you agree?
Yes, you said that. I was listening to you last night. You know, Dexter Yeager, as you know from Amway, he said if the dream is big enough, the odds don't matter. And so when you say dream big, that's major. One, there's power in pursuit, because as Jim Rohn said, it's not the accomplishment of the goal that matters. It's what you become in pursuit of the dream in the process. Because when you have a big dream, it will introduce you to a part of yourself that you don't know right now, that you will never discover in your comfort zone. Because in order to achieve that dream, you've got to die to who you are now. I must die daily. You must die to who you are now to give birth to who you are to become. I believe that all of us have stories of greatness in us. And follow me as I say this, as this download. We all have stories of greatness within us. In the beginning was the Word. Thou shalt decree a thing, and it shall be established unto you. When shall the kingdom of God come? Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added unto you. When shall it come? The kingdom of God cometh not by observation. They shall say, is neither lo there, lo here. Behold, the kingdom of God is within you. And that kingdom is voice activated. So when you speak, people who are in a dark place, you will bring them out into the light. When you speak, somebody's got a gun to their head. When you speak, they'll realize life is God's gift to me, and how I live my life is my gift to God. When you speak, someone who's depressed and feeling anxious will remember, be anxious for nothing. I'll keep thee in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee. So that's the power that you bring. And all the products that you have on YouTube that I mean, how ironic. They said, coincidence is God's way of staying anonymous. I've been so marinated listening to your stuff. And then you've been listening to me. Come on, look at God. What a mighty God we serve. Come on. You can't make this stuff up.
That's like my honor to think that you listening to my stuff. I got to tell you, you guys, you know, you just get what I told you all, you just have this treasure. It's like, you never want to stop hearing from Les. I mean, he's just remarkable. And the way you pull things and download them from all these places is just, it's mind blowing. I wish I were that great. You
are the messenger and you are the message. That's made, you got people who are speaking out here. It's been hijacked with speaking to sell. We sell people on their greatness. We sell people on the things that they need to do now, the methods, the techniques, the strategy to create the next greatest version of themselves. And when we do that, we know that when we make that kind of impact, we know that we're in the place of what Leo Tolstoy, the Russian author, he said, what in the meaning and purpose of my life that will not be undone and destroyed when I'm gone? And the people that listen to your program and their mind and their vision has been expanded, you give them a vision of themselves beyond the adversities of what they're experiencing in this place where we are right now, and help them to begin to live their life from a place of optimism. that they're going to impact other people, and those people are going to impact other people. And this work that you, as much as you have chosen this, you were chosen for this. And this work will not be undone. You're going to impact generations yet unborn.
I like to ask whether or not you have goals, but I want to ask you another question. How many of you know that if you had your life to live over again, you could do more than what you've done thus far? Raise your hands, please. Now, that proves a point, that what we do and what we accomplish in life is only a tip of the iceberg of what's possible for us. So I want you to think about some goals that you'd like to achieve, and I'd like for you to, let's say, break them up in 3 categories. Number 1, I want you to think about some personal goal you'd like to achieve. And I'd like for you to think about some career goal, some business goal that you'd like to achieve. And I want you to think about some social contribution, some impact you'd like to make with your life. It was Horace Mann who said, we should be ashamed to die until we've made some major contribution to humankind. I believe we live in the greatest country in the world that gives us an opportunity to leave our mark, to make a statement with our lives. And as you think about these goals, whatever those goals are, I want you to dramatically increase those goals. And I want to warn you, I don't want you to think about how you're going to do it. How is none of your business. The most important thing is just to increase those goals dramatically. I've found that most people fail in life, not because they aim too high and miss. Most people fail in life because they aim too low and hit. And many don't aim at all. So raise the bar on yourself and don't ask how you're going to do it. I'll never forget when I decided that I wanted to become a motivational speaker. I saw the late Dr. Norman Vincent Peale, and my heart said, I can do that. But my mind asked the question, how? And for over 14 years, I would go see Zig Ziglar and Dr. Norman Vincent Peale and Jim Rohn and different speakers, and I would be in the audience, and my heart would pounce and say, you can do that, Les. And then when I would leave, I would be going to the parking lot, and my mind said, how are you going to do it? And I spent so many years trying to figure out how. I wasted 14 years. How many of you ever procrastinated? Raise your hands, please. Yeah, see, so as you begin to think about your goals, the most important thing is, and write this down, commit yourself. See, once you commit yourself, the how will come, the way will come. Once you commit yourself, you will then figure it out. And if you're going in the wrong direction, all you have to do is turn around and go in the other direction. You will figure it out. You want to begin to just challenge yourself. You want to stretch yourself because you really don't know what you can't do. I'll never forget the first day that I met Mr. Washington. I was born in a poor section of Miami, Florida called Liberty City. I was born in an abandoned building on a floor with a twin brother. And when we were 6 weeks of age, we were adopted. And when I was in the 5th grade, I was identified as EMR, labeled educable, mentally retarded, put back from the 5th grade into the 4th grade. And I failed again when I was in the 8th grade. I don't have any college education, but because of my mother, and I feel like Abraham Lincoln, who said, all that I am and all that I ever hope to be, I owe to my mother. I saw a sign once that said that God took me from my biological mother's womb and placed me in the heart of my adopted mother. So my first major goal was to buy my mother a home, to take care of my mother. And I did that, took care of her until she passed at 88. But I'll never forget when I met Mr. Washington. I was in a class waiting on another student, and he came in and he said, young man, go to the board and work this problem out for us. I said, oh, sir, I can't do that. He said, why? I said, I'm not one of your students. He said, look at me. I said, yes, sir. Go to the board and work the problem out anyhow. I said, sir, I can't do what you're asking me to do. He said, why? Sir, because I'm educable mentally retarded, sir. And as the students erupted in laughter, he came from behind his desk, he looked at me and he said, don't you ever say that again. Someone's opinion of you does not have to become your reality. And that was a turning point in my life. On one hand, I was humiliated. But on the other hand, I was liberated. Because he looked at me with the eyes of Goethe, who said, look at a man the way that he is. He only becomes worse. But look at him as if he were what he could be. Then he becomes what he should be. And so Mr. Washington, he challenged me. And I want to challenge you right now about raising your goals. And I want you to shake someone's hand on your right and left, look them in the eyes and say, stretch yourself. Yeah, see, I think that that you really have to stretch yourself to discover your stuff. I think that we have to really begin to experiment with life. And I said that you have something special. I didn't say that just to be kind and courteous. You do. See, I think that there are not many people that come to seminars or workshops or will watch a program of this nature. Why? I just think that most people are just satisfied to where they are. I'm reminded of a man one day. He was walking down the street and he passed his porch where some people were on the porch talking, and there was a dog moaning and groaning. And he was curious why the dog was moaning and groaning. And he went back and he said, excuse me, he asked the owner, why is the dog moaning and groaning? The guy said, because he's laying on a nail. He said, well, why won't he get off? He said, it's not hurting bad enough for him to get off. Just hurting bad enough to moan and groan. How many of you know people who should be here? Raise your hands, please. How many of you know people all they do is moan and groan? Moan and groan. I'm not making enough money. Moan and groan. I'm unhappy with my job. 87% of people go to jobs that they hate. And in addition to that, you know, as we know that we have the dubious distinction in this country that on Monday morning the heart attack rate increases over 35%. On Monday morning between 6 o'clock and 9, people going to jobs that they hate. The heart said, didn't I tell you I didn't want to go? And attack them. Some of you don't want to go to work next Monday. So the thing is this. So you want to find out what resonates with you. What is it you really want to do? You want to experiment with life and find out what fits for you. You have something special. You have greatness within you. You have the ability to do more than you can ever begin to imagine. See, I believe that anybody through observation and practice can perform at the level of excellence. But when you're pursuing your greatness, and this is worth writing down, you don't know what your limits are, and you act like you don't have any. So I say to you, you have something special. You have greatness within you. And I want to make 4 things clear. Number 1, everything that I'm going to say, you already know it. If what I share, the message that I'm going to express right now and share with you, if it wasn't a part of who you are already, you wouldn't be in the audience. That's number 1. That's very important. It's already in you. I'm going to only confirm and validate that which is a part of you anyhow. The second thing is, everything I'm going to say to you, you've heard it before. From people with college degrees and credentials, I can't hold a candle to. It's common sense, but not common practice. Third thing is, I don't want you to agree with me, and I don't want you to believe me. I just want you to be open to some things right now. I want you to think beyond that which is commonly allowed. And I'm going to tell you what I'm up to. I want you to think about your goals, and I want to tell you what I'm going to do right now. My whole goal is to get past your mind. That's my whole challenge, and there's nothing you can do about it. I'm going to do that. See, your assignment was to show up. My assignment is to get past your mind and get into your heart. I want you to think about the goals that you want to achieve, and I really want to challenge you to make up your mind that you're going to make that happen for yourself. And I hope that it's some goal that really resonates with who you are. When I was a little boy, my goal was to just buy groceries for our family. My mother worked on Miami Beach. She was a domestic worker. And my goal was to really be able to go to the grocery store and purchase groceries ourselves. The families knew that my mother had adopted 7 children. And so they said, Mamie, whatever food is left over after we eat, you can take that home to the children. They were very kind, very, very considerate people. My mother, who when she worked on Miami Beach, the people were very kind. I was appreciative of their generosity. But as a little boy, I said, Mama, one day, when I become a big boy, I'm going to be able to buy groceries for us. My goal as a little boy was to buy clothes for my brothers and sisters. We wore the hand-me-down clothes of the children that Mama babysat for when she went over in Miami Beach. And if the clothes were too small, she would let them out. And if they were too large, Mama could sew and take them up. And I'll never forget David Sidursky. His father was very wealthy. Mama worked for him, but David was my buddy. And so his father gave him 2 gifts for his birthday. Gave him a brand new boat, but he also gave him some motivational tapes. Earl Nightingale, I'll never forget. So he said, David, man, let me tell you something. When I die, you're going to get everything. I want you to listen to these tapes. And when his father left the room, David threw those tapes in the wastebasket.
I said, David, could I have those tapes? He said, yes. I said, man, your father said, if you listen to these, you could get more and do more than what he's done. He said, hey, look, I'm going to get everything anyhow. Go ahead, take them. I told my children, I'm not leaving them anything. You know, if I had a quarter and thought I was going to die, I'll swallow it. Write this down. It's not what you leave for your children, it's what you leave in them. Not what you leave for them, what you leave in them. No, absolutely not. I'll tell you something else happened. I never forget. Mama came home one day and said, Leslie, David sent you a new pair of shoes his father got for him. I said, oh, Mama, thank you so much. I can't wear David's shoes. I said, why? Well, you tell my buddy that, you know, I wear size 9.5. He wears size 9. She said, boy, shut up, sit down, and put those shoes on. She said, Margaret Ann, go get some Vaseline. And she came in there, and my sister started rubbing the Vaseline on my feet. And she said, run some water in the bathtub. And she's now go in there and put your feet in those shoes and don't mash the heel down. I said, Mama, shut up, boy, don't mash the heel down. And then she had me to get in the bathtub. I said, Mama, these shoes hurt. She said, get in there and walk around in the water. And I'm walking around the bathtub. Then she tried to distract me. I knew what she was doing. How'd you do at school today? I did good. Did you get in any fights? No, ma'am. You know you fought somebody. Well, I only hit 3 people today. and then after a while, she said, how you doing? I said, well, they hurt. Do they hurt as bad as they were before? No, ma'am, they feel a little bit better. Keep on walking, keep on walking. And then after a while, when the leather soaked up the water, the leather began to stretch to a perfect 9.5. You think Fortune 500 companies started talking about doing more with less? My mother's been doing that for a long time. It's amazing what you can do. But who would have thought, anybody looking in on this kid and these 7 children, who would have thought? And I look at you and I say, you have greatness within you. You have the ability to do more than you can ever begin to imagine. No one could have convinced me that I would be doing what I'm doing right now. You know, the easiest thing I do every year is go into a sales organization and dramatically increase their sales, or go into a prison and enable prisoners to see themselves differently and teach them the methods and techniques of how to plug into the system, or motivate young people to begin to see how they can have a vision of themselves in the future and fit. That's the easiest thing I do, or train a speaker to help them to leverage their experience as a speaker and say, look, speaking is a projection of who you are, not who you think you ought to be, and come with power from a platform. That's the easiest thing I've ever done. Let me share with you the most difficult thing I've ever done. The most difficult thing I've ever done was to believe that I can do what I'm now doing. No one could have convinced me, just given my circumstances. I earn millions of dollars every year. No one could have convinced me. If both my parents came up here right now, I would not know either one. No one could have convinced me, being labeled educable, mentally retarded, born in an abandoned building on the floor in Liberty City, poor section of Miami, Florida, failing twice in school, no college training, never worked for a major corporation. I did not know I can do what I'm doing right now. I'll never forget Mike Williams, my mentor. I think a lot of people fail in life because of the fact that they need some mentoring. They need some coaching. Repeat out to me, please. You need some coaching. Yeah, see, you can't see the picture when you're in the frame. I remember Mike saying, Les, you can do this. Mike, how, man? Wait a minute, Mike. How much am I going to be able to charge, Mike? Les, you could start out at $1,000 an hour. Mike, I don't make that working for 2 weeks. Come on, Mike. Man, I appreciate your belief in me, Mike. Look, Mike, I work for the Miami Sanitation Department, man. I've been a garbage collector. I've done door-to-door sales. That was great, and I'm here as a disc jockey. That's good, Mike, but Mike, I don't think I can do that. Les, you can. But Mike, I don't have any credentials. I've never written any book, anything, man. I'm not rich. How can I teach somebody to do something I've never done? But Les, why don't you just test yourself? Why don't you stretch, Les? Come on, man. Mike, I don't know. And here's something I realized. Write this down. Sometimes you have to believe in somebody's belief in you until your belief kicks in. I respect Mike Williams. Here, this young man, he saw something in me that I didn't see it, and strong analytical mind, and I looked at him. I always respected his thinking, and he looked at me and he made me feel special, and I said, okay, Mike. And I just kept holding on to what Mike said to me. I just kept holding on to what Mr. Washington said to me. I kept holding on to my mother saying, you're special, Leslie, when they said you're educable, mentally retarded. Mama didn't know what that meant. She only had a third-grade education. So she said, he'll be all right, honey, a hard head make a soft behind. He'll be fine. But she said, you're special, baby. You are special. And they kept saying that over and over again. Faith comes by hearing and hearing and hearing. And so here's what I want you to do. Let us say together, as you think about your goals and your dream, let us say together, it's possible. Together, please. It's possible. Say it like you mean it. It's possible. Thank you. Write that down. See, most people never achieve their goals because most people suffer from possibility blindness. They look around trying to think about the things that they don't have. Robert Roots, young man who wrote a book about success principles of the three little pigs. He said, it's not what you don't have, it's what you think you need that keeps you from being successful or happy in life. It's not what you don't have. See, I was focused on what I didn't have. Don't have a college degree, don't have any credentials, never worked for a major corporation. I was focused on the negative things. It said, negative things are the things that you see when you're not focused on your goal. What do you come with? What is it that you have within you that you showed up to bring? Hey, Les, you don't know, but my dream is a long shot. A friend of mine, Dexter Yeager, said, when the dream is big enough, the odds don't matter. I'm reminded of a great man. When I was reading Time magazine talking about some of the great minds of the last century, they didn't mention his name, Dr. Howard Thurman, one of the mentors of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and also an advisor to Mahatma Gandhi and Albert Schweitzer. And he said, the ideal situation for a man or woman to die is to have family members standing around their bed praying with them as they cross over. But imagine, if you will, being on your deathbed and standing around your bed, the dreams given to you by life, the ideas that you never acted on, the talents, the gifts, the abilities that you never used. And there they are, standing around your bed, looking at you with large, angry eyes, saying, we came to you, and only you could have given us life. And now we must die with you forever. And the question is, if you died this very moment, what will die with you? What dreams, what ideas, what talents, what leadership potential, what greatness that you showed up to bring, that you allowed fear or procrastination to hold you back? Perhaps that's why Henry David Thoreau wrote the words, oh God, to reach the point of death, only to realize that you've never lived, only to realize that you've never scraped the surface of your potential. Repeat out to me, please, with power, feeling, and conviction. I refuse to die an unlived life. Yes, shake someone's hand on your right and left and say, live your dream. Yeah, I think we should all resolve. I refuse to die an unlived life. Don't worry about the odds. You survived 1 out of 40 million sperms. You will never have those odds again. You beat those odds, you can win anything. Here's something else stops most people. You know what it is? Failure. Let us say together, I will fail my way to success. Yes, write that down. I will fail my way to success. See, 8 out of 10 millionaires have been financially bankrupt. 85% of people allow their fear of failure to outweigh their desire to succeed. And I believe that the reason that most people go so far in life, and stop, Maya Angelou said it best. She wrote a poem. She said that most people go so far in life and then they park. They pull off the highway of life. Especially when they get some hits, especially when they've been rejected, especially if they have an illness, especially if they lose something. They park. And I take it further. They don't even turn on their emergency lights. It's not because that they are broken down. They don't want anybody to stop and say, hey, look here, I've got some jumping cables in my trunk. You need a jump? Hey, look here, there's a service station ahead about 3 or 4 miles. I have a can. I can take you up there and get some gasoline. Oh, no, I'm just fine. I had a talk show once, and highest rated, fastest canceled talk show in the history of television. Well, at least I had one. And I was excited. You know, when time I came into television years ago, television was based upon conflict and controversy. So I said, I want a solution-oriented talk show. First concept of that kind. High ratings. And the syndicators say, you just got lucky. Come on, let's do these other type of shows. You can be a Jerry Springer. Oh, no, that's not why I came here. No, I believe that we live in the greatest country in the world where we should hold ourselves to certain standards. I'm not going to come here and sell out on who I am. I'm not going to compromise. I'm not going to lower my standards for you. No, that's not why I showed up. And so they fired me. Security walked him out. I said, I can walk by myself. But let me tell you what happened. I took a hit and I parked. It wasn't that I didn't have the ability to do more. My concept was good. But what happened when I took the hit, when they canceled the show, I canceled myself. When they said the show is going to be taken off television, it won't work, I told myself, Les, you can't succeed in television. And I parked. You know what I did? I went back to my comfort zone. As a motivational speaker, at least I'm doing better than most people. That's nothing to compare yourself to worse that other people are doing and then make yourself feel better. No, I parked. I didn't have my emergency lights on. I didn't want to show up on the radar. I parked. You know how long I parked? I parked for 10 years. Do you hear me? Now, unlike Regis Philbin, when his shows were canceled, he kept going. He kept going. He kept going. And he got other shows. I bet you somebody gave him a push. Somebody said, hey, you need a lift. I didn't even make that an option for me. I got off the highway, I went back to my comfort zone, and I parked. The show failed, and I identified myself as a failure. And guess something happened. One day, just flipping the channels, looking at PBS, and saw Wayne Dyer, my friend Wayne Dyer. And boy, I said, wait, we're both in our 60s. Wayne is still doing it. Wow, the little hair he has, it's gray, he's still there. I said, hey, I've got some more stuff in me. I've got another PBS special in me. I've got some other ideas. You know, Oprah and Phil, they're doing my stuff. Maybe I need to come back out here. And I went back and started calling PBS and different people. They said, Les, what happened to you? I said, well, I didn't know whether or not anybody would be interested in me because the show was canceled. No, you had some good ideas. And when they said, yeah, we would love to do a show with you, I said, you would? They said, yes. And when I went into the studio and people that worked with 10 years ago, they were still there. And I said, you guys, you know, do you guys still have it? They said, we have it. Do you have it? I said, I think so. And I did the show, and I wasn't as good as I was 10 years ago because I was off the highway. I'd gotten off the highway of life. I'd been parked for so long, it's taken me some time to get my strength back, to find my power, to get my confidence back. But at least I'm back out there in the game, determined to dry empty. So I say to you, see, I only attract millionaires or millionaires in training. You're going to get that in a minute. You have something special. You have greatness within you. And the only reason you're here, you are my assignment. You can feel me. Some of you feel me right here in your heart of hearts. And my goal is to get past your mind and into your heart. So it's necessary that you have the mindset that I can do this. You've got to begin to believe and to fortify that belief and feed that belief by listening to tapes, going to seminars and workshops, by challenging yourself, by stretching yourself. It was Osborne who said, unless you attempt to do something beyond that which you've already mastered, you will never grow. And as you begin to challenge yourself, you'll discover some things about yourself that you don't know right now. The other thing is you begin to look at yourself, look at your dreams, and begin to experiment and stepping into your greatness. One of the things that's very important, whatever goals and dreams that you have, repeat after me, please. Make your move before you're ready. You have Price Pritchett, who's a great motivator and trainer, said, make your move before you're ready. We're instructed in life to walk by faith and not by sight. See, you want to really begin to stretch yourself. You want to become a risk taker. You want to raise the bar on yourself. Most people won't do that. See, most people engage in low life living, low risk living. Viscott said, if you're not willing to risk, you cannot grow. And if you cannot grow, you cannot become your best. And if you cannot become your best, you can't be happy. And if you can't be happy, then what else is there? I like what Helen Keller said, life is short and unpredictable. Eat the dessert first. And so you want to begin to take some chances. You want to begin to challenge yourself and make it okay to fail and learn from your failures. Don't allow fear of failure and the allure, the attractiveness of playing it safe in life to draw you in. You can't get out of life alive. You got to die to leave here.
The next thing that's important to know, yes, it's possible that you can choose your future and direct the course of your life as you run toward your dream. It's necessary that you have goals, that you write those goals down, that you plan, that you think constantly of how you can begin to improve what it is that you're doing. If it's your presentations, if it's your recruiting skills, whatever that is, it's also necessary that you look for ways to always find a way to pull it out when everybody else thinks that you are defeated. That you've got to take personal responsibility to know that in order to become successful, you've got to make it your personal business to do it. But the next thing, ladies and gentlemen, I want to share with you that some of you already know that it's hard. It's not easy. It's hard changing your life. It was hard when just over 3 years ago in the Penobscot building in Detroit, Michigan, where I was operating my business, and I fell on some hard times, and I was sleeping in my office. It was hard coming into the lobby, and the security said, excuse me, Mr. Brown, can we see you for a moment? And I said, yes, and I walked up to the counter, and he gave me an envelope. And he said, would you mind reading it here? And I opened the envelope, and the envelope was from management that said, this is an office tower. It's not a hotel. Please do not sleep in your office. And I said, excuse me, sir. I said, I just work long hours in creating my business. I'm an entrepreneur. And right now things are bad for me, but they're not going to be this way always. And I just asked for the opportunity to continue to operate like I'm doing. I'm not trying to make this my home. And it was hard coming through the lobby. And sometimes they would laugh. There's a guy talking about becoming successful. And look at him. He's bathing in the bathroom upstairs on the 21st floor. He sleeps on the floor. Him and 2 other dreamers up there. Look at him. It was hard, ladies and gentlemen, coming to speak to people. And I was facing financial difficulties in my own life. I was behind on my bills and my dreams, and I'm saying to them, you can live your dream. It was hard, ladies and gentlemen. It was very difficult to pick myself up each day believing that I could do it. There were times that I doubted myself. I said, God, why is this happening to me? I'm just trying to take care of my children and my mother. I'm not trying to steal or rob from anybody. Why did this have to happen to me? It was very hard. And here's what I want to say to you. For those of you that have experienced some hardships, don't give up on your dream. No one could have convinced me by holding on, by continuing to push forward, by continuing to run toward my dream, that one day I would have my own talk show. It's a long shot, ladies and gentlemen, from Liberty City, an abandoned building on a floor, never knowing my mother or father. It's a long shot. Being here with you today in this dome in Atlanta, it's a long shot. No college training, labeled educable, mentally retarded, but I kept running toward my dream. Don't stop. Don't stop. going toward your dream. It's very important as you hold on to that dream. There are moments when you're going to doubt yourself. There are rough times that are going to come, but they have not come to stay. They have come to pass. It's very important for you to know that. Don't say I'm having a bad day. Say I'm having a character building day. It's very important for you to believe that you are the one to make this happen. I remember this high school teacher, Mr. Leroy Washington, at the end of school one June, it was just a few days before we were supposed to leave, and I just got my report card, and it indicated that I'd failed history, and I'd failed English, and I would have to go to summer school. And I was feeling within myself that I was a failure, that I'm slower than most people in getting paperwork, and I was feeling down on myself and very negative. And Mr. Washington was giving a speech to the graduating seniors, and I was in 11th grade. And even though I wasn't supposed to be in there, I went in there because the speech he was giving, that speech was for me. And as he talked, my heart began to beat fast. Tears began to run by my eyes, and I was in the back just listening to him, because he said, and he was a very dramatic man. I still talk to him to this day. He said, as graduating seniors of Booker T. Washington High School, I want you to know that you're blessed and highly favored, and that as you go toward the future, begin to know that you have greatness within you. And if just one of you here begin to envision yourselves as being blessed and highly favored to reach your goals, if just one of you capture the essence of what that means, that you have greatness within you and a responsibility to manifest that greatness, that you can make your parents proud, you can make your school proud, you can touch millions of people's lives, and the world will never be the same again because you came this way. And the students gave him a rousing standing ovation. And as he left the auditorium, I ran down the steps and I caught him in the parking lot. I said, Mr. Washington? He said, yes. I said, do you remember me, sir? He said, no. I said, my name is Leslie Brown. My mother, she works in the cafeteria here. I'm one of the twins, Leslie and Wesley. I said, Mr. Washington, but you know, I got these big dreams. You know, I like talking to people. I love people. I said, I want to work with people, and I got this dream of buying my mama a home. Could I do that, Mr. Washington? He said, it's possible, Mr. Brown. And as he walked away, I called him again. I said, Mr. Washington? He said, what do you want now? I said, I'm the one, sir. I said, I'm the one. You remember me, sir. I'm Miss Mamie Brown's boy. I'm the one. I'm the one. And you must feel that that's why you're here, because you are the one. And I remember when PBS first played one of my specials called You Deserve, one Sunday afternoon in Miami, Florida. I had some friends call him to tell him to tune in. And he watched the program. He called me in Detroit, and I answered the phone. And I said, hello. He said, may I speak to Les Brown, please? I said, who's calling? He said, you know who this is. I said, oh, Mr. Washington, it's you. He said, you were the one, weren't you? I said, yes, sir. He said, and you were so crazy. I said, I know, but I'm rich now. Ladies and gentlemen, It's not going to be easy. It was hard laying on the floor of the Penobscot building, looking out of the window, daydreaming, saying, Les, can you do this? Can you make this happen? I used to listen to tapes day in and day out about See You at the Top, my great friend Zig and Dennis Waitley and different other motivational speakers and Dr. Norman Vincent Peale and Dexter saying, don't let nobody steal your dream. I used to ask myself, can I do this? And something said within me, you're the one. You're the one. And let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. While you're here, and before you go back home to your respective cities and communities, write down at least 5 reasons on why you deserve your dream, on why you won't give up, what's going to make you unstoppable, why you must be unreasonable, because logical, practical thinking says you can't do it today. But if you want to produce unreasonable results in your life, like living your dream and taking charge of your destiny, you've got to be an unreasonable person. You've got to be an uncommon person. So write down the reasons of why you're here. My first major goal was to buy my mother a home. And let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. What will reasons do, Les? Nietzsche said, if you know the why for doing, you can endure almost anyhow. What do you mean by that? If you know why you're doing something, when the hard times come, and they're going to come, when the disappointments and the rejections come, and they're going to come by the truckloads, your reasons will be your rod and staff to comfort you, to pick you up. Once again, I got a saying on one of my tapes, if life knocks you down, try and land on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up. Let your reasons get you back up. I remember when I bought the home for my mother, and she came out of the car. When I opened the door, I said, Mom, I think I know these people in this house. That was my first major goal. And then I couldn't conceal it anymore. I said, Mom, I got this for you. And as she went from room to room, looking at the house and saying, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord. No one ever could have convinced me that this could have happened to me. And she looked at me, she said, Leslie, and you caused me so much problems as a boy. You were always into stuff. She said, no one could have convinced me that day when I walked in that house and this lady was holding you and your brother. And she said, ma'am, I want you to promise me 2 things. And she said, what is it? She says, 1, promise me that you won't separate them. She said, I want them raised together. I want them to know each other. I got pregnant while my husband was away in the war, and I can't keep them. Promise me that you won't separate them. She said, I promise I won't. I've never had children. I promise I won't separate them. And she said, promise me that you'll never tell them about who I am, because if my husband ever found out, he would kill me. She said, I promise. And she said that she gave them to us, and she kind of cried, and she was walking out the door, and she looked at my adopted mother. She said, remember, don't you separate them. She said, I swear to God, I won't. I won't separate them. I'll keep them together. And she said, as I held y'all in my arms, I never had any children of my own. I didn't know how I was going to do it. But I knew with the help of God, I will do it. And ladies and gentlemen, my mother had a dream of having children and raising us. She didn't know how she was going to do it. You're going to be just like that. And some of you are already there. Well, you don't know how you're going to make this happen, but you just feel within yourself some way, somehow, with the help of God, I'm going to make it happen. Repeat after me, please. No matter how bad it is, or how bad it gets, I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it. Shake somebody's hand on your right and left and say, you got the right stuff. So yes, it's possible for you to live your dream. It's necessary that you associate with winners, that you work your system, that you are relentless, that you never give up. It's you. You've got to take personal responsibility. You've got to make it your personal business to make it happen. And you've got to resolve within yourself that I can do this, that it's hard, but you've got to say, I'm the one. I'm the one to make this happen. I'm the one to become successful in this business. As you work to help other people to become successful, that feeds your success. But you know it's going to be hard, but find out what will make it worth it for you. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to make your dream become reality, the people that are running at their dreams know that it's possible that you can live your dream, that it's necessary, that you're relentless, that you have a plan of action, that you are creative. The people that are living their dream are finding winners to attach themselves to. The people that are living their dreams are the people that know that if it's going to happen, it's up to them. And they're resolving within themselves, it's not over until I win. The people that are running after their dream know they're going to have hard times. They keep on running because they're saying within themselves, I'm the one. I'm the one. No matter how bad it is or how bad it gets, I'm going to make it. The people that are running after their dreams are the people that are hungry. Shake somebody's hand on your right and left and say, you got to be hungry. And as you run towards your dream, I want to dedicate this to you that I love very much. I want to thank Dexter and all of you. It's something that I'm known by. It's on our tapes called Choosing Your Future, and it says simply this, that if you want a thing bad enough to go out and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep for it, if all that you dream and scheme is about it, and life seems useless and worthless without it, and if you gladly sweat for it and fret for it and plan for it and lose all your terror of the opposition for it, and if you simply go after that thing that you want with all of your capacity, strength and sagacity, faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity, if neither cold poverty, famish, or gulf, sickness, or pain, or body and brain can keep you away from the thing that you want, if dogged and grim, you besiege and beset it, with the help of God you'll get it.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's 2025. The world is faster, louder, and more unpredictable than ever. The question isn't whether you're ready for the challenges ahead. The question is whether you've decided to step up and own them. This is not the time to hesitate, to tiptoe, or to wait for permission. It's time to rise up, because let me tell you something, this is a do or die moment. Think about this right now. At this very second, decisions are being made that will shape the next decade of your life. Your health, your wealth, your relationships, your purpose, it's all hanging in the balance. But here's the good news, the power to change everything is already in your hands. It's 2025 and the clock is ticking. Every second that passes is a moment you'll never get back. Time doesn't wait, hesitate, or slow down for anyone. The world is moving faster than ever. New opportunities appear and vanish in the blink of an eye, and challenges arise with unprecedented speed. This isn't a year where you can afford to wait for the right moment or the perfect plan. Let me tell you a hard truth, hesitation is a luxury you can't afford. Urgency isn't just a feeling, it's a driving force, a catalyst for transformation. When you act with urgency, you bypass doubt, fear, and overthinking. You don't sit on ideas, letting them wither and die. You don't let fear of failure paralyze you. You seize the moment because deep down you understand that waiting is the riskiest decision of all. Think about it. How many opportunities have you let slip through your fingers because you were too busy analyzing, planning, or waiting for the perfect circumstances? The truth is, perfection doesn't exist. If you're waiting for every star to align, you'll spend your whole life watching others pass you by. Urgency isn't about rushing, it's about prioritizing what matters most and refusing to let distractions or doubts steal your future. When you live with urgency, You wake up every morning with fire in your belly. You stop saying someday and start saying today. You begin to value your time as the most precious resource you have, because it is. Money lost can be earned back, but time, once it's gone forever. Urgency reminds you of this truth that makes you feel alive, sharp, and focused. But here's the kicker: urgency isn't just about moving fast. It's about moving deliberately. It's about channeling your energy into what truly matters. You can't waste your time on trivial things or let your days be consumed by distractions. Urgency demands clarity. It forces you to ask yourself, what do I truly want? What is worth my time, my energy, my life? When you embrace urgency, you stop being passive. You stop waiting for opportunities to knock and start kicking down doors. You stop accepting mediocrity and start demanding excellence, not from others, but from yourself. Urgency drives you to take risks, to make bold moves, and to pursue your dreams with relentless determination. But let's be real, urgency isn't easy. It requires you to step out of your comfort zone, to confront your fears and to face the unknown. It demands courage and resilience. But here's the thing: living without urgency is far more painful. Because if you don't act now, you'll look back one day and wonder why you didn't. You'll see the opportunities you missed, the dreams you didn't chase, and the life you could have lived. 2025 is your year to break free from indecision and procrastination. It's your year to live with urgency, to act as if your life depends on it, because it does. Your dreams, your goals, your future, they're all at stake. Don't wait for tomorrow, because tomorrow isn't promised. Don't waste another moment wishing, hoping, or waiting. Do it now. Take the leap. Make the call. Start the journey. Because when you live with urgency, you don't just get things done, you transform your life. You move closer to your potential, closer to your dreams, and closer to the person you were always meant to be. Life is unpredictable, and 2025 is no exception. The world we live in is constantly changing, shifting beneath our feet. Technology evolves overnight, industries rise and fall, and the future often feels more uncertain than ever. But let me tell you something powerful: uncertainty isn't your enemy, it's your greatest ally if you're willing to embrace it. Uncertainty is where growth happens. It's the space between what you know and what you have yet to discover. It's where innovation is born, where creativity flourishes, and where the strongest among us learn to thrive. But the problem is, most people fear it. They cling to routines, familiar patterns, and predictable outcomes because they believe safety lies in the known. The truth is, playing it safe often leads to stagnation. Think about the moments in your life when you experienced the most growth, the greatest breakthroughs, or the deepest sense of accomplishment. Were they moments when everything was comfortable and easy? Or were they moments when you stepped into the unknown, unsure of what would happen, but willing to try anyway? The truth is, discomfort and uncertainty are the price of progress. If you want to grow, you have to let go of the need for certainty. When you embrace uncertainty, you open yourself to a world of possibility. Instead of fearing what you don't know, you start to see it as an opportunity. Every challenge becomes a chance to learn something new. Every setback becomes a stepping stone toward a greater outcome. When you let go of the fear of the unknown, you begin to see it for what it truly is: a blank canvas, waiting for you to create something extraordinary. But embracing uncertainty doesn't mean acting recklessly or without direction. It means developing the courage to move forward even when you don't have all the answers. It's about trusting yourself to figure things out along the way. Because here's the truth: you don't need to have everything figured out to take the next step. You just need to take the step. Fear thrives in uncertainty, but so does growth. The difference lies in your mindset. If you view uncertainty as a threat, you'll shrink from it. You'll play small, stay in your comfort zone, and miss out on the incredible opportunities that come with taking risks. But if you view uncertainty as an adventure, as a chance to discover what you're truly capable of, you'll step into it with confidence and courage. Here's what most people don't realize: the most successful, fulfilled individuals in the world aren't those who avoid uncertainty, they're the ones who seek it out. They know that every time they face the unknown, they build resilience. They know that even when things don't go as planned, they're gaining invaluable experience that will serve them in the future. Embracing uncertainty also means letting go of the need for control. You can't control everything, and trying to will only exhaust you. Instead, focus on what you can control: your attitude, your effort, your mindset. Choose to see uncertainty as a gift, as an opportunity to grow stronger, wiser, and more adaptable. Because the truth is, life will never be fully predictable. The sooner you accept that, the freer you'll be. In 2025, the world belongs to those who can adapt, pivot, and move forward without knowing exactly where the path will lead. It belongs to those who are willing to bet on themselves, even when the odds aren't clear. It belongs to those who can face uncertainty with courage and say, "Bring it on." So don't fear uncertainty. Embrace it. Lean into the unknown with open arms and an open mind. It's not there to defeat you, it's there to challenge you, to test you, and ultimately to transform you. Let the uncertainty of 2025 be the reason you rise, the reason you grow, and the reason you become unstoppable. Because on the other side of uncertainty lies your greatest potential. Decisions shape destiny. In 2025, this truth has never been more relevant. Every choice you make, big or small, has a ripple effect, creating the life you experience now and the future you'll live tomorrow. And the power of decision is what separates those who achieve greatness from those who remain stuck in mediocrity. It's not your resources, your circumstances, or even your skills that define your success. It's your ability to make decisions and follow through on them with conviction. Think about it. Your life as it stands today is the result of countless decisions you've made in the past. Some decisions were conscious and deliberate, while others were made passively without much thought. The job you chose, the habits you built, the people you surrounded yourself with, they all stemmed from decisions you made. And if you're not where you want to be, it's not because life isn't fair. It's because there's untapped power in your ability to decide and take ownership of your future. The power of decision is extraordinary. When you decide with clarity and commitment, you tap into a force that can overcome obstacles, break through limitations, and transform your reality. A true decision isn't wishy-washy. It's not a maybe or I'll try. A real decision is a firm commitment to act, to move, to change. When you truly decide, you cut off all other options. You stop negotiating with excuses. You stop second-guessing yourself. You move forward with absolute determination. But let's be honest, decision-making isn't always easy. Fear, doubt, and overthinking often stand in the way. We hesitate because we're afraid of making the wrong choice, of failing, or of stepping into the unknown. But here's the truth: indecision is far more dangerous than a wrong decision. Indecision keeps you stuck, paralyzed by inaction, while opportunities slip through your fingers. A wrong decision, on the other hand, moves you forward. Even if it leads to failure, it teaches you something valuable. It gives you momentum, and momentum is the key to progress. The most successful people in the world aren't those who always make the right decisions. They're the ones who make decisions quickly and adapt along the way. They understand that action beats perfection every time. They know that waiting for all the answers or the perfect moment is a trap. Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Decisions also create a sense of identity. When you make a decision to be disciplined, to be courageous, to be resilient, you're not just changing your actions, you're shaping who you are. Each decision you make strengthens or weakens the person you're becoming. Think about that for a moment. Every time you choose to step up instead of stepping back, you're reinforcing the belief that you are capable, determined, and unstoppable. The power of decision also lies in its ability to create clarity. When you decide what you want and commit to it, distractions fall away. You stop wasting energy on things that don't matter. You stop saying yes to everything and start saying yes to what aligns with your vision. Decision-making simplifies your life because it gives you focus, and with focus comes power. But here's the secret: the most important decisions aren't always the big ones. It's the small, everyday choices that truly shape your destiny. Do you hit snooze or get up and chase your goals? Do you spend another hour scrolling through your phone, or do you invest that time in learning, growing, and building your dreams? These micro decisions compound over time, creating either the life you want or the life you regret. So how do you harness the power of decision? Start by getting clear on what you truly want. not what others expect of you, not what feels safe, but what sets your soul on fire. Then commit to it wholeheartedly. Write it down, speak it aloud, make it real. And once you've decided, act immediately. Don't wait for motivation or the right moment, act now. Momentum builds confidence, and confidence fuels more action. And remember this, no decision is ever final. Life is fluid, and so are you. If something isn't working, you can pivot, you can adjust your course. But you can't adjust a path you never start walking. 2025 is the year to reclaim your power, and it begins with a decision. Decide to stop settling. Decide to stop doubting. Decide to go all in on your potential. Because every decision you make today is a step toward the life you're creating. To make it count. The power is in your hands. Always has been, always will be. Life is full of challenges, obstacles, and unexpected twists, and it's easy to believe that our circumstances define us. The reality, however, is that our circumstances are just the stage, not the story. The true story is written by our mindset, how we choose to think, interpret, and respond to the events around us. It's our mindset that determines whether we rise above or remain stuck. Your circumstances might set the scene, but they do not dictate the outcome. You've seen it time and time again, people who come from nothing, from the harshest, most difficult situations, yet find a way to thrive and succeed. On the flip side, there are those who seem to have every advantage in life but fail to make the most of it. The difference isn't luck or opportunity, it's mindset. When you operate with the right mindset, you take control of your narrative. You stop seeing circumstances as barriers and start seeing them as challenges to overcome. A mindset rooted in growth, resilience, and possibility doesn't just endure adversity, it transforms it into fuel. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me, you begin to ask, what is this teaching me? That single shift in perspective can change everything. A strong mindset gives you the power to reframe your experiences. It's the belief that failures aren't final, they're feedback. It's understanding that setbacks aren't signs to quit, they're opportunities to adjust and come back stronger. When you develop the ability to see beyond your current situation, you stop being a victim of your circumstances and start being the architect of your life. But mindset doesn't mean ignoring reality. It's not about pretending everything is perfect or denying the existence of hardship. It's about choosing how you'll respond to those hardships. Two people can face the exact same challenge, and while one crumbles under the pressure, the other uses it as a stepping stone. The difference isn't the challenge itself, it's the mindset they bring to it. Circumstances are external, but mindset is internal, and that's where your true power lies. The world may throw chaos your way, but your internal world is something you can shape, refine, and strengthen every single day. It starts with the thoughts you allow yourself to entertain. Negative thoughts will come, that's human, but you get to decide whether they stay or whether you replace them with thoughts that empower and uplift you. Mindset also determines your resilience. When you believe in your ability to adapt and grow, you stop fearing failure. You understand that no matter what happens, you have the inner resources to figure it out. This belief isn't something you're born with, it's a skill you develop. It's forged in moments of difficulty, when you choose to stand tall despite the weight of the world. Your mindset shapes your vision. It allows you to see possibilities where others see dead ends. It gives you the courage to dream bigger, even when your current reality feels small. When you approach life with a mindset of abundance, you begin to realize that opportunities are everywhere. You just need the clarity to recognize them and the confidence to act on them. Mindset is also contagious. When you cultivate a strong, positive mindset, you influence those around you. You become the kind of person who inspires others to push beyond their limits, to dream bigger, and to see their own potential. It's not just about what you achieve, it's about the energy you bring into every room you walk into. In life, there are two kinds of people: those who let the world dictate their path and those who step up and take control. The truth is, no one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you the life you dream of, and no one will care about your success as much as you do. Waiting for circumstances to align perfectly for someone to give you permission or for luck to intervene is a losing game. If you want something, you have to take control and make it happen. Taking control starts with responsibility. It means owning where you are right now, no matter how challenging or unfair it might seem. It's easy to point fingers, to blame others, or to say that the system, the economy, or the circumstances are holding you back. But blaming doesn't change anything. Responsibility does. When you take responsibility, you reclaim your power. You shift from being a passive participant in life to being the driver of your own journey. To take control, you have to start by deciding what you want. Clarity is everything. Without a clear vision of where you're headed, you're like a ship drifting aimlessly at sea. Taking control isn't just about working hard, it's about working with purpose, with a destination in mind. When you know what you want, every action you take becomes intentional. Every decision becomes a step toward your goals. Taking control also means setting boundaries. It's about recognizing that your time and energy are finite resources and refusing to let distractions or negativity drain them. It means saying no to things that don't serve your purpose, even when it's uncomfortable. It's about protecting your focus and prioritizing what truly matters, not what's urgent or easy. One of the most powerful ways to take control is to master your habits. The small actions you take every day shape your life far more than the occasional big decisions. If you want to control your outcomes, you have to control your behaviors. Build habits that align with your goals and eliminate those that hold you back. This requires discipline, but discipline is the foundation of freedom. When you control your habits, you control your future. Taking control also demands that you let go of excuses. Excuses are comforting because they shift the blame away from you, but they're also chains that keep you stuck. The moment you stop making excuses and start asking, what can I do about this? You unlock solutions and possibilities. Even when things feel out of your control, there's always something you can do to move forward. Another critical aspect of taking control is embracing action over perfection. So many people wait to feel ready, to have all the answers, or for the right time, but perfection is an illusion, and readiness is a myth. Taking control means acting now, even when the path isn't entirely clear. It's about trusting yourself to figure things out along the way and learning through experience, rather than waiting for the perfect conditions that will never come. Taking control requires resilience. Life will throw setbacks, failures, and challenges your way, but control means refusing to be derailed. It means picking yourself up after every fall and moving forward, no matter how tough it gets. Resilience isn't about avoiding hardship, it's about facing it head on and refusing to let it define you. Taking control also means taking ownership of your mindset. How you think determines how you act, and how you act determines the results you create. If your thoughts are filled with doubt, fear, and negativity, your actions will reflect that. But when you cultivate a mindset of confidence, determination, and possibility, you create a foundation for success. Controlling your mindset is a daily practice, and it's one of the most powerful tools you have. Deep within you lies a force more powerful than any obstacle you'll ever face. It's the strength that's carried you through every challenge you've already overcome. It's the resilience that kept you going when quitting seemed easier. It's the determination that has pushed you to rise after every fall. That force is your unstoppable nature, and it's there, waiting to be unleashed. Being unstoppable doesn't mean you won't face doubt, fear, or setbacks. It means you don't let them define or stop you. It's about understanding that setbacks are temporary, not permanent. They're moments to learn, to recalibrate, and to grow stronger. When you're unstoppable, you see challenges not as roadblocks, but as stepping stones to something greater. You've already proven your strength countless times. Think back to the moments when you thought you couldn't go on, when the odds were stacked against you, and yet here you are. Those moments weren't coincidences or strokes of luck. They were proof of your resilience, your drive, and your ability to keep moving forward, no matter what. Being unstoppable starts with belief. It's the unwavering conviction that you are capable, deserving, and resourceful. Belief is what separates those who try from those who succeed. When you believe in yourself, you stop waiting for external validation and start creating your own opportunities. You stop doubting your ability to handle what's ahead and start trusting yourself to figure it out. It's about persistence. The unstoppable don't wait for the perfect moment or conditions. They keep going even when it's hard, even when progress feels slow, and even when no one else is cheering them on. They know that consistency beats intensity. Small, deliberate actions taken every day build unstoppable momentum. And momentum is the key to achieving anything you set your mind to. Being unstoppable also means embracing failure as part of the process. It's not about avoiding mistakes, it's about using them as fuel. Failure doesn't scare you because you understand that every time you fail, you're one step closer to success. Each misstep is a lesson, a piece of the puzzle that brings you closer to your goal. The unstoppable know how to harness adversity. They don't shrink when life gets tough, they rise. They use every ounce of struggle as a source of power. Every time they're knocked down, they get back up stronger, more determined, and more focused. Adversity becomes the training ground where their resilience is forged and their character is strengthened. Being unstoppable is also about focus. It's about knowing what you want and refusing to let distractions pull you off course. You don't let the noise of doubt, negativity, or external opinions drown out your inner voice. That focus keeps you grounded in your purpose and aligned with your vision, even when the path gets challenging. The unstoppable take ownership of their journey. They don't wait for permission or for someone else to pave the way. They carve their own path, even if it's uncharted, even if it's hard, and even if it means going alone for a while. They understand that waiting is a trap, and action is the only way forward. You are unstoppable because you are adaptable. You've faced change before, and you've risen to meet it every time. You've learned to pivot, to adjust, and to find a way forward when the original plan didn't work. That adaptability is your superpower, allowing you to thrive in any circumstance and seize opportunities even in uncertain times. When you are unstoppable, you don't just pursue goals, you attack them with everything you've got. You're relentless in your pursuit of what matters most. You understand that every challenge, every barrier, and every obstacle is just another chance to prove your strength and determination. As we stand here in 2025, the time for hesitation is over. The time for excuses, doubts, and waiting for the perfect moment has passed. The future is not something we wait for, it's something we create step by step, decision by decision, mindset by mindset. Everything you've ever wanted, every goal you've ever dreamed of achieving is within your reach, but only if you rise to meet it with urgency, courage, and relentless determination. Embrace the uncertainty, for it's the birthplace of growth. Harness the power of decision, because every choice shapes your destiny. Let your mindset guide you, not your circumstances, and take control of your path without hesitation. Most importantly, remember this: you are unstoppable. No obstacle, no failure, no setback can hold you back unless you allow it. This is your moment. This is your year. The question isn't whether you're capable, it's whether you're willing. Are you ready to step into your power, to own your future, and to create a life that reflects your highest potential? Because the clock is ticking, and the time to act is now. Let's not just dream of success, let's demand it, pursue it, and achieve it. The stage is set, the opportunity is yours, and the world is waiting for you to rise. Do you want to attract money in just 9 days? Let me tell you something, it's absolutely possible. The key is not in how much you have, but in how much you believe you can achieve. Right now, where you are is not a reflection of what you can become. You have the ability to shift your entire financial reality in a very short amount of time. The first thing you must do is believe. I'm not talking about wishful thinking, but about truly understanding that your financial future is yours to create. You are the master of your destiny. If you believe that wealth and abundance are for you, and you decide to take action, nothing can stop you. But if you keep telling yourself that it's difficult, that it's too late, or that it's not possible, then it won't be. Your mindset is the foundation upon which your wealth will grow. It all starts with clarity. If you don't know exactly what you want, how can the universe know what to bring you? Take time to be clear about your goals. How much money do you want to attract in these 9 days? Is it $1,000, $10,000, or more? Be specific. The clearer you are, the stronger the pull you create for the wealth you desire. Now, let's talk about responsibility. Too many people are waiting for a miracle to happen or for someone else to fix their financial situation, but no one is coming to save you. You are the one who must take responsibility for your wealth. The moment you accept this responsibility, you begin to change. You stop being a victim of your circumstances and start taking control of your financial future. Remember, no one else has the power to determine your wealth but you. To break the cycle, you must let go of the old beliefs and habits that have held you back. You may have been taught that money is scarce, that only certain people can be wealthy, or that it's too difficult to make money fast. These are lies that will keep you stuck in mediocrity. You are not bound by these old patterns unless you choose to be. Let go of the limits that others have placed on you and step into the belief that abundance is your birthright. Now, let's get real. Belief is important, but without action, nothing changes. You can think about money all you want, but if you're not doing anything to attract it, you're simply dreaming. Start today, right now. Take bold steps towards creating opportunities for wealth. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Take immediate action, even if it's small. The universe rewards the bold, not the hesitant. Every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goal. Visualization is a powerful tool. Close your eyes and see yourself living the life of abundance. Feel the excitement of receiving the money you desire. Imagine what it would feel like to have more than enough to live without financial worry. Create that mental image and revisit it every single day. As you visualize, your brain starts working to bring those images into reality. Energy flows where focus goes. Gratitude is another key. Right now, right this very moment, take a moment to be grateful for what you have. The fact that you're alive, that you're here, that you have the ability to change your life, it's all a gift. When you live in gratitude, you open yourself up to receive more. The universe doesn't reward scarcity, it rewards abundance. When you feel grateful for what you have, more will come. But let me tell you something. Fear and doubt are going to show up. That voice in your head that says it's too late or too difficult, that's not you. That's the fear trying to hold you back. Recognize it for what it is and don't listen to it. You are meant for more than just survival. You are meant to thrive. Don't let fear paralyze you. Use it as fuel. When you take action despite your doubts, that's when the magic happens. The truth is, consistency is everything. You can't expect to change your financial life in 9 days without committing to daily effort. Every single day, show up with intention. Show up with purpose. Focus on your goals. Do something, no matter how small, that moves you forward. It's not about massive leaps, about the daily steps that add up. Focused, consistent action creates momentum, and momentum creates results. So can you attract money in 9 days? Yes, you absolutely can. But only if you believe in yourself, take responsibility for your financial future, and are willing to take action. You must be clear, visualize, and live with gratitude. You must commit to overcoming fear and being consistent. It's not magic, it's a mindset. And that mindset will create the wealth you deserve. Your mindset is the foundation upon which everything you experience in life is built. It's the lens through which you perceive the world, and more importantly, the lens through which you perceive yourself. When it comes to attracting wealth, your beliefs about money play a crucial role in shaping your reality. If you believe that money is hard to come by, that it's only for the lucky or privileged, then that's what you will attract into your life. On the other hand, if you believe that abundance is your birthright and that financial opportunities are everywhere, your reality will begin to reflect that belief. Your mindset creates your internal world, and your internal world creates your external world. If you're stuck in a scarcity mindset, constantly worrying about where the next dollar is going to come from, that fear and anxiety will block the flow of money into your life. But when you shift to an abundance mindset, where you see opportunities instead of obstacles, you open up a new world of possibilities. Belief is not just about hoping for something, it's about having unshakable confidence that what you desire is already yours. This mindset shift is powerful because it directly influences the decisions you make, the actions you take, and the energy you emit. As your belief system transforms, so will your results. The money you seek is drawn to the energy you put out into the world. When you believe that you are worthy of financial abundance, you align yourself with the universe's infinite resources. Clarity is one of the most powerful tools you can have when it comes to attracting money. If you don't know exactly what you want, how can you expect the universe, or even your own actions, to align with your desires? Without clarity, you're just drifting, hoping for the best, but not taking intentional steps toward your goals. It's like setting out on a journey without a map or destination in mind. You might move, but you won't get very far. Being crystal clear about your financial goals is essential. Whether it's a specific amount of money you want to attract, a new business you want to start, or the lifestyle you wish to create, you must define it. Ambiguity in your desires only leads to confusion and scattered efforts. When you get clear on what you want, you send out a focused, powerful energy that draws opportunities to you. Clarity also brings confidence. When you know exactly what you're aiming for, you'll be more decisive in your actions and less likely to second-guess yourself. You'll become more aligned with your purpose, and each step you take will feel purposeful rather than aimless. That allows you to evaluate opportunities with precision, as you can assess whether they align with your goals. With clarity, you begin to see the path before you clearly, and that vision propels you forward. The more precise your vision, the more your actions will align with it, and the faster you'll begin to manifest the money and abundance you seek. Taking responsibility is the key to unlocking your full potential and creating the wealth you desire. Too many people look outside themselves for the reasons they're not financially successful, blaming circumstances, the economy, or others. But the truth is, your financial situation is a direct result of the choices you've made, and taking responsibility for those choices is the first step in transforming your life. When you take responsibility, you stop being a victim of your circumstances and realize that you hold the power to change your situation at any moment. This mindset shift is powerful because it forces you to own your actions, your decisions, and your outcomes. Instead of waiting for someone else to hand you success, you take proactive steps toward your goals. You no longer look for excuses or reasons to delay, but take full ownership of the process. By accepting responsibility, you stop giving away your power and take control over how your money flows into your life. When you embrace responsibility, you stop blaming your lack of success on things outside your control. Instead, you focus on what you can control: your mindset, your actions, and your decisions. This gives you the freedom to make real, lasting change. By committing to this responsibility, you empower yourself to make bold moves, take calculated risks, and create a life of abundance. It's only by accepting responsibility for your financial future that you can truly start to create the wealth you deserve. Breaking old patterns is crucial to unlocking the wealth you desire because your past habits and beliefs often shape the financial reality you experience today. Many people are trapped in repetitive cycles of scarcity and limitation without realizing that these patterns are self-imposed. Whether it's the fear of taking risks, the belief that money is hard to come by, or habits of procrastination, these patterns are holding you back from the abundance you deserve. The first step to breaking them is recognizing that they exist. Awareness is the key to change. Once you understand how your old beliefs and actions have shaped your current financial situation, you can begin to make the conscious decision to replace them with healthier, more empowering patterns. To break old patterns, you must challenge the limiting beliefs that have been ingrained in you over time. Perhaps you were taught that money doesn't grow on trees, or that the rich are greedy or lucky. These beliefs, whether conscious or subconscious, keep you from taking the necessary actions to create wealth. By identifying these beliefs and questioning their validity, you can begin to shift your mindset toward abundance and possibility. This is about rewriting the story you've been telling yourself about money. New habits need to be formed to replace the old ones. Start by taking consistent, deliberate action toward your financial goals every day. Even small steps make a difference. As you build new, positive habits, your financial reality will begin to reflect those changes. With each new decision and action, you'll break free from the patterns that have held you back. Action is the bridge between your dreams and your reality. Without it, no matter how much you visualize, plan, or hope, nothing will change. You can have the clearest vision of financial success, but if you don't take consistent action towards your goals, that vision will remain just that, an idea. The key to attracting wealth lies in your willingness to act. Every successful person understands that taking action is non-negotiable. It's the force that drives progress. Taking action means stepping out of your comfort zone and doing what needs to be done, even if it feels uncertain or intimidating. It's about making decisions that align with your vision, whether it's pursuing a new business opportunity, learning new skills, or investing your time and resources into growth. It's not about waiting for the perfect moment or for things to feel easy. It's about showing up and taking one step forward, even when you don't have all the answers. Every small action compounds over time, leading to bigger results, whether it's waking up earlier to focus on your goals, networking with potential partners, or developing a financial plan. Each decision creates momentum. When you act with purpose and persistence, the universe responds by opening doors, providing opportunities, and creating circumstances that support your goals. Taking action is how you turn your vision of abundance into a tangible reality. No action is too small, because each step gets you closer to your financial dreams. Visualization is a powerful tool that taps into the creative potential of your mind. It involves vividly imagining yourself living the life of abundance that you desire, experiencing the feelings and emotions associated with it. By mentally picturing your financial goals as already achieved, you align your thoughts, actions, and energy with the outcome you want to manifest. The more detailed and real you make your visualizations, the more effective they become. You need to see yourself not just wishing for success, but actively living it. When you visualize, you create a clear mental image of success, and your mind begins to believe it's possible. This belief propels you to take inspired action, even when faced with obstacles. The brain doesn't differentiate between real and vividly imagined experiences. It reacts as if the imagined scenario is real. This is why visualization can have such a profound impact on your motivation and behavior. It conditions your mind to move toward the desired outcome. Visualization also strengthens your ability to recognize opportunities. When you clearly picture yourself achieving your financial goals, you begin to see the paths that lead to those goals, almost as if your mind is actively searching for ways to make it a reality. It keeps you focused and sharp, guiding your decision-making process. The practice of regularly visualizing success can help you maintain a positive, abundant mindset while also overcoming doubt, fear, or uncertainty. It acts as a constant reminder that your dreams are not only possible but inevitable when you believe in them. Gratitude is a powerful magnet for attracting wealth and abundance. It may seem counterintuitive, but when you focus on what you already have and express genuine appreciation for it, you open the door for more to come into your life. Gratitude shifts your energy from a place of lack to a place of abundance. When you acknowledge the blessings in your life, whether big or small, your vibration changes, and you become more aligned with the flow of prosperity. When you practice gratitude, you're essentially telling the universe that you appreciate the wealth, love, health, and opportunities you currently have. This signal of appreciation tells your subconscious mind to focus on more of the same, attracting more positive experiences. Instead of focusing on what you don't have, you train your mind to see the abundance that is already present in your life, creating a sense of fulfillment and contentment. Gratitude also helps you overcome fear and doubt, which are often the biggest barriers to attracting wealth. When you feel thankful for what you already possess, fear of losing it or not having enough begins to diminish. Instead, you build trust in the process of abundance. This trust empowers you to take bold steps toward your financial goals, knowing that you are worthy of success and that the universe supports you. The more you express gratitude, the more opportunities will show up, and the wealth you seek will flow into your life with ease. Harnessing the energy of money is about understanding that money is not just paper or digital numbers. It's a form of energy that flows and circulates throughout the world. The key to attracting more of it into your life is to align yourself with this energy. Money, like all energy, responds to the vibration you put out into the world. If you see money as a force of positivity and a tool for growth, you'll begin to attract it more effortlessly. However, if you view money as scarce or something to be feared, that energy will block its flow into your life. The first step in harnessing the energy of money is to change how you think about it. Instead of focusing on lack or limitation, embrace the belief that there is always an abundance of resources available. This mindset shift allows you to be more open to receiving wealth. Money is attracted to those who have a positive, abundant mindset, who value it as a means to create freedom, improve lives, and fuel opportunities. When you view money as a tool for good, you begin to send out a frequency that invites it into your life. Another key is being proactive with your money. Instead of holding onto it out of fear or scarcity, allow it to flow. Invest in yourself, expand your skills, and put money toward experiences or ventures that align with your goals. The more freely you let money circulate, the more it will come back to you. By understanding that money is energy, you can tap into its flow, ensuring that it works for you, not against you. Overcoming fear and doubt is one of the most crucial steps in creating the wealth you desire. Fear, especially when it comes to money, often stems from the unknown, the uncertainty about whether you'll succeed or fail. Doubt creeps in when you question your own abilities or the possibility of reaching your financial goals. These emotions are natural, but they can also be incredibly limiting. The key to overcoming them is to recognize that fear and doubt are simply feelings, not facts. They are temporary mental states that can be controlled and shifted with the right mindset and actions. The first step in overcoming fear is to acknowledge it without letting it control you. Fear often thrives in the absence of clarity, so when you define exactly what you want and break it down into actionable steps, the path becomes clearer and less intimidating. Reframing fear as a natural part of growth allows you to embrace it instead of running from it. Remember, every successful person has experienced fear. They simply didn't let it stop them. They took action despite the fear, and in doing so, they grew stronger. Doubt can be particularly paralyzing because it makes you question whether you're capable of achieving your goals. To overcome doubt, shift your focus from the what ifs to what's possible, reaffirm your belief in your abilities, and remind yourself of past successes. Surround yourself with people who uplift and encourage you. By taking consistent action and confronting your fears head-on, you build confidence, turning doubt into fuel for growth. Staying consistent is the key to turning your financial dreams into a reality. Success is not built on one grand gesture or a single moment of inspiration. It's the result of small, deliberate actions taken every day. When you commit to consistency, you create momentum that builds over time, leading to greater results than sporadic bursts of effort ever could. In the journey toward attracting wealth, consistency keeps you focused, reinforces your discipline, and ensures that you don't lose sight of your goals. Consistency means showing up even when it's tough, when progress seems slow, or when doubt tries to creep in. It's easy to get excited at the start of a new venture or financial goal, but maintaining that energy day in and day out is what separates those who succeed from those who give up. By committing to consistent action, you're training your mind and body to focus on your goals no matter the external circumstances. This daily effort compounds, and what may seem like small steps at first quickly add up to significant progress. Staying consistent also helps you develop a strong sense of resilience. Obstacles and setbacks are inevitable, but they become less intimidating when you're consistently working toward your goals. Every challenge you face becomes a learning opportunity, and with consistency, you build the skills and knowledge necessary to navigate those challenges. The more consistent you are in your efforts, the more opportunities will appear, and the closer you get to creating the wealth you've been working for. The power to attract wealth is within you. It's not a matter of luck or chance, but a combination of mindset, clarity, responsibility, action, and consistency. You have the ability to break free from limiting beliefs, overcome fear, and harness the energy of money. It's all about taking ownership of your financial future and making daily decisions that align with the abundance you seek. When you commit to this process, when you truly believe in yourself and your ability to create the life you desire, there is nothing that can stand in your way. The universe is waiting to reward your persistence, and with every step you take, you are drawing closer to the prosperity that is already on its way to you. Don't wait for the perfect moment. The time is now. The only thing standing between you and the wealth you deserve is your commitment to taking action, staying consistent, and never giving up.